Hey guys, I'm XenoGenic and I am back. Now I've been away for about 4 or 5 months since I made my last video, and I thought you guys should know why. During March I noticed my laptop had started having issues with its GPU, or graphical processor unit, put in slang. And I thought it was time for an upgrade, but money doesn't suddenly appear. So throughout the course of 2-3 months I started saving up for a new computer, as well as bits and pieces of software with other expenses included on the way.
So tell me, how did this affect your work?
Since most of my videos are gaming, I needed a dedicated PC to capture. With my other PC, which was the netbook, it could capture the footage, but due to insufficient RAM, the footage could not do a final render. Even with my laptop out of order, I couldn't retrieve my files or my last known rendering because of the computer not working.
So you have a new computer?
Yes I do, and it's brilliant. At the end of the day, it did cost me over $2,000, along with a new keyboard, monitor, mouse, and some new software. Which ended up costing over about $3,000, which is a lot of hard time working when combined with cost, bills, expenses, and other stuff that I wanted. Hard story short, I needed more money to afford newer versions of my rendering software, as I'd rather not torrent and use dodgy versions of current software, as well as being able to support my hardware and higher formats, as well as my developers who make my software. Torrenting isn't that bad, it's perfectly fine. That is the case, but I'd rather support my developers of software and gaming, so they can improve later on in life. Music, however, and movies, it really does depend. I'm against torrenting, both for and against. For is mainly not supporting my developers. I like my software to be better and my games to improve later on in the future. Against, well, music, it's not like they make millions already. Unless if it's artists on YouTube, SoundCloud, or locally. They have my full support.
So I understand now you have a new computer, is that right?
You expect an expensive computer to have good parts. In this current build, I run on an Asus Griffin Z87 motherboard. Reliable as hell, and perfect for what I need for. As far as other parts, I'm currently running an Intel i7-4790 at 3.6 GHz, 16GB of Corsair Vengeance DDR3, a 750W Corsair Gold 80 power supply. 2 hard drives, one's a solid state and one's basically a normal hard drive, and an Asus R9 290X at a total of 5.5GB of memory. I fucking love it. Mainly not having a computer made it harder for me to make videos, but since I have a newer PC, I'll be able to make new videos faster and at 4K. I really have no intentions of doing 4K, as it takes a longer time to render and process. New games such as Ori and the Blind Forest managed to cap out at about 60 frames plus at full high definition between the high and max settings. Sometimes the drop is a little bit while I am recording with Bandai Cam, but since the current i7 I have at the moment supports hyperthreading, the physical cores can focus on the game while the logical cores can focus on the capture, making frame rate really less noticeable. And then there's games such as Crysis 3 or Battlefield 4 that managed to cap at about 45 to 60 frames at the maximum settings at full high definition. Generally I turn the shaders off because that's where a lot of the graphic rendering does start to happen. As far as rendering goes, a 1 minute video at full high definition at 50 frames at a H.264 format, which is the highest format you can get today, takes exactly 26 seconds to render.
Now, I've seen your art during this absence, and I need to know, how did you do this without a computer?
As I mentioned before, the computer that I didn't have enough RAM for rendering has enough to produce and render art. Even though it was a simple netbook, it got me going through to do other things to compensate and move towards a computer. I do apologise on the absence and I hope to make more videos. I'm unsure when, but hopefully nothing like this time period. Truthfully, with my YouTube, it's more of a hobby rather than fishing for likes and views. I'm here at the end of the day to make content I think people will enjoy. For now, thank you guys for understanding. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'm XenoGenic. I'll see you guys later.